It's no secret that public transit in the US sucks, and here in Rhode Island, RIPTA represents an extension of this deserved reputation. Looking at the numbers, while 70% of Rhode Islanders live near a RIPTA stop, only 3% use transit to get to work. 81% of RIPTA riders also don't own a car, indicating that the vast majority of Rhode Islanders choose to drive if they can. So in this video, I'm going to try and figure out why isn't RIPTA up to standard, what can be done to fix it, and should you care about RIPTA's future? Let's start by discussing why so few people ride RIPTA, beginning with frequency. In any public transit system, high-frequency service is crucial for ridership because of three key reasons. One, it reduces wait times, making transit more attractive to people who have the option to drive. Two, it opens up more connections to other transit lines, increasing access across the network. And three, it boosts reliability, lessening the impact of late or broken vehicles on the system. Yet currently, of the 53 routes in RIPTA's network, only 22 operate from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, with even fewer on the weekends. During peak frequency in the mornings and evenings, only 8 routes operate at least every 15 minutes, or better, with only one route providing all-day frequent service. Next, let's talk bus facilities. This is what the typical RIPTA bus stop looks like, just a sign on the side of the road. No shelters, no benches, and no real-time bus information. In fact, of RIPTA's 3,529 bus stops, only 375 contain shelters, and only 20 contain freestanding benches. These stop designs are not only unfriendly to those who need seating, but may also actively discourage ridership. A University of Minnesota study found that riders who waited at stops without amenities for 10 minutes perceived that time to be 21 minutes, in turn worsening negative opinions of transit as slow and inconvenient. Finally, let's discuss RIPTA's route network. RIPTA operates primarily on a hub-and-spoke model, meaning that service is oriented here in Kennedy Plaza, with only 11 of RIPTA's 53 routes not traveling through downtown Providence. While that might not be a problem for those commuting into the city, across the country and here in Providence, the prevalence of suburb-to-suburb commutes means that for many, RIPTA is simply not useful as a tool to get around. From East Cranston, for instance, in order to get to the Warwick Public Library, a 20-minute drive becomes over an hour bus ride, as you'd have to take the bus into downtown Providence and then back out again. Now, all of what I've mentioned may have you wondering, given all these issues with RIPTA, should we even try? Are these service problems an indication that transit in Rhode Island is just irredeemably broken? The answer, at least in my opinion, is no, and here's why. First, in the grand scheme of things, RIPTA isn't actually even doing that bad. Compared to other similar New England cities like Worcester, Hartford, Springfield, and Bridgeport, RIPTA carries significantly more passengers, especially after taking into account the populations of these respective cities. And RIPTA serves more passengers than transit systems in many larger urban areas too, such as Kansas City, Nashville, and Indianapolis. Second, RIPTA has been chronically underfunded for years now. In 2021, Rhode Island spent just $19 per person on transit, far below Connecticut's $68 or Massachusetts' $239. Third, concrete plans for how to improve RIPTA have already been released. This is the Transit Master Plan, a set of proposals which would address many of the problems I've mentioned. Released in 2020, it would establish better service with more frequent buses, increased hours, and new crosstown routes which don't go through downtown, decreasing wait times by between 38 and 51%. The way forward then is getting the Transit Master Plan funded and implemented, and though getting the plan through the Rhode Island State Legislature has been slow thus far, steam is picking up, especially among grassroots groups throughout the state. And so now that we know what can be done to improve RIPTA, what might such improvements mean for Providence and Rhode Island as a whole? To answer this question, I'm going to show you two developments which hint at a potentially more transit-oriented future. First is the R line. Running every 10 minutes during the day and every 20 minutes during less busy nights, every day from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m., the R line is the most popular route in the RIPTA system, with an average weekday ridership of around 8,000. The success of which lets us imagine a Providence where transit is available basically on demand, and where riders don't have to plan or time their trips around the bus. Second is the transit-oriented development located here in downtown Providence surrounding Providence Station. Close to both the R Line, Amtrak, and MBTA commuter rail, this development includes a mixture of housing, office, and retail in a dense, walkable community. This kind of development both promotes and depends on transit, enhancing quality of life while reducing reliance on cars, providing a blueprint for what might happen to the rest of Providence if there were to be more transit investment. All this means that RIPTA has a real opportunity to become a transformative force in Rhode Island. While current challenges like limited funding, infrequent service, and outdated facilities have kept RIPTA from reaching its full potential, the solutions are well within reach. With the Transit Master Plan as a guide, Rhode Island could build a transit network that not only serves those who need it, but also attracts new riders by offering a faster, more convenient, and more reliable alternative to driving. Ultimately, investing in RIPTA isn't just about fixing a transit system, it's about building a more connected Rhode Island. The path forward might require time, funding, and commitment, but the potential rewards, a vibrant transit-friendly state, are well worth it, at least in my opinion. So the next time you hear about RIPTA or see a proposal for public transit funding, think about what a strong transit system could mean for the future of Rhode Island.